Yo, welcome back to another episode of Walkthrough Wednesday. It's been a long time. I took last week off because it was my birthday on the Wednesday. So I was extremely lazy and I didn't record a walkthrough for you guys. But I'm trying to make up for it this week by making a quick little technique, which I hope helps you improve your tracks. Now, this is something that I hold quite close to my heart. I hate when I hear a solid big room track with just a basic big room kick, right? Nobody wants that in 2021, especially labels. Now, this is coming from me. Like, I've had a lot of experience with this over the years, signing big room tracks. Let's try to be creative with our bass lines. Even little techniques like I'm going to show you will go a long way. Now, what I'm going to show you works for future rave as well. Probably more use for future rave. However, you can use it in big room as well. Before we jump into this, what have I got to promote? Well, I've got a new song with Sandro Silva called Founding Fathers, which is out soon on Rave Culture. Crazy track. It's big room mixed with techno. It's a really heavy track. Combines both our sounds. I'll show you how we made that probably next week, next Wednesday, so stay tuned for that. And also, if you haven't already, grab the frequency sample pack for my Patreons. Only my Patreon subscribers get my closest and most dear sounds like this one. Include all these little sounds in there, the ones I use in all my projects. The reason I don't sell them is because I don't want lots of people to have them. You know, I like the fact that I've got a small group of about 100 of you guys, community members, who get my most close sounds, but you guys have been supporting me for the longest time, so thank you so much for the constant support. Let's get into it. So I made a little big room drop for you guys. It's been a while since you've heard one of them from me, and it took 22 minutes, so let's check the drop first. Now this bangs, right? It sounds cool. It sounds cool, but even if I send this as a demo to, you know, Revealed, Rave Culture, Maximize, whatever, they're gonna say, Ollie, what are you doing, bro? It's 2021. Why is this bass line so boring? It's just a kick and bass. It's solid in the low end. It just doesn't have much characteristics and doesn't have much production value, really. It's just a sample slapped in. All I've got is a nice tight kick, and I've sidechained this sub bass to that. Just using Pro Q3 to boost the subs, and using the sidechain there. I like to use this nice and tight one. However, it's just boring, it's stagnant, it never changes. So one thing you can do is this. This is a really simple technique, but this just adds a little bit something extra. It makes it less serious and more fun. Now, this is something I have used in quite a lot of my tracks. Off the top of my head, I can't really think. I feel like Soldier, the track on Revealed, was a track where I used this technique. That was a very this kind of Moobaton kind of thing. So I wanted to have that cool little bassline change. And it's really simple. All I did was took this kick and I selected, basically cut it in half. So we have two. When FL does this, man, it always shows me up in videos. But anyway, you want to cut it exactly down the middle so you have two parts to the kick. So you've got the first part of the sub and the second part of the sub. What I do is click this corner, make it unique. So now I can control the key of this one without changing this one. You see how this stays the same, but this one changes. So what did I go up by? I went up 7 notes to get this effect. Now, I wouldn't do it all the way through a drop because it's going to sound weird, but at the end, I think it sounds really nice. Then you can do something like this. Just has more movement and it creates a little bit more energy because there is a movement there. It's not just because big room was great for that back in the days, but nowadays music is becoming more groovy. I think you'll see that with more styles, they're becoming a bit more groovy, especially with the movement in the bass line and stuff. So that's one technique. This MIDI, by the way, is in the new sample pack. It's a pretty catchy one. I really like this style, super old school. But yeah, you could control a lot like that. However, this is the platinum version. There was the bronze, the silver. This is platinum. This ain't gold. This is platinum. This is complete movement in the bass line. So that's just a quick example of this kind of bass line. Now, for a future rave track, I will be doing way more pitch bends. This kind of shit. But with a big room track, you don't really need to go crazy. For this kind of drop, I thought this was just enough. However, take this technique if you are making future rave and try and establish, use that kind of technique over there in that sound. So what did we do here? We have an 808 sound. For years, I tried to make a sub bass as big as a big room sample, and I could never do it. Tokyo was a track where I needed to change the bass line, and I couldn't get a sub bass big enough, so I used the big room kick and just pitched it down. Now I've discovered the technique, the secret sauce for fat subs. It's just using 808 sample. 808s are drums, big sub basses that I used in hip hop and stuff.